It's a disco night in the city of Boston, the celebration of summer, Donna Summer roller disco, and in the studio, I've got kinfolk. Donna Summer's nephew, Omega Red. How you doing, my man?
What's up, Boston? Omega Red's in the building. Holla at your red Negro. The flow godly, but keep it gangster like Gotti. Got the all seeing eye looking at me counting this money. Minds open, eyes open, it ain't secret societies. The murder rate rise every track that I body.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is How I Came Up, the After Talk. And we are here with Mr. Omega Red, Mr. Robert.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it was you had a great interview, and I'm going to turn it over to Brother Sam Hill, and let's get it going.
Yeah, amazing interview. So one of the questions, as you were interviewing, that I was thinking about, and we were thinking about, is just the whole publishing game, and
right.
Who put you onto that, and what are some of the benefits of getting into that, especially since you were at first an artist.
So I gotta give all the props to the queen, legendary Donna Summer. If you watch a lot of movies that are based in the 70s, films, her music's being played, right? So I would just, she would tell me, that, licensing and publishing is where the money's at. In corporate America, where the money's at. That's how I got into, doing what I was doing as far as like merchant services, because, companies would pay her like $100,000 to perform at holiday parties. So she does like 10 or 12 of those a year. That's $1 million right there,
Mm-hmm.
So she did that for a while, when she was, raising her kids for a little bit, when she took, behind, when she's, sat down for a little bit from touring, and, the licensing and publishing, all that movie money, So, when I met my DJ friend, he introduced me to a publishing company. And I actually used to go to a lot of the ASCAP conventions in LA. And ASCAP, if people don't know what ASCAP is, it's a society of composers and authors. The company, they help retain your royalties by pulling all your music offline and online and making sure you get paid for it.
Wow.
Man.
Now a lot of knowledge is being passed there.
Mm-hmm. So what I do is, I teach, artists, a lot of artists, you'd be surprised, but a lot of artists coming up, they don't even have an idea what licensing and publishing is, and they don't have an idea what, ASCAP or BMI, those authors and publisher societies are even about, but they're getting smarter about it though. But a lot of them don't know how to actually get their stuff placed. And that's where I come in and I help them get them, get their stuff placed.
Okay.
And that's the thing too, like when people don't realize, and as a fellow writer, copywriting, making sure everything is, if you have a logo, making sure everything's a trademark, like you have to be about your business all the time, because
it's a business.
It's a business, man. And I was watching, I think it was either Breakfast Club or Vlad TV, and they were talking about how there's so many artists now that own their masters, like Jay-Z owns their masters. You got certain artists that years ago didn't own any of their publishing, didn't own any. So those are those artists that still have to hope to tour. Like right now, they're hurting during this pandemic, can't go on tour and stuff like that. You can tell which artists did business correctly, because now those are the ones that, again, if I'm a writer, like Neo, for example, like Neo, The Dream, like people that wrote so many hits for people,
right?
Might not come out with an album for 5 or 6 years, and they don't have to. And actually, it was Vlad TV, because they was talking about Sir Mix-a-Lot, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was saying from Baby Got Back, he has not had to come out with another album since then. He's making millions of dollars in royalties from Baby Got Back because he owned it. The publishing, man.
Yep, that's the game. And yeah, I'm not hurting.
Right.
But like a lot of my friends that they tour a lot, and they hurting a little bit. And you know, I just learned in business, you have to diversify yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to diversify yourself, and you have to you have to create other entities and other corporations within, what you got going on. So what I've realized is that, a lot of these corporations and publishers, right? So they have, they have their product. You have a platform for them to sell their product, right? So they're paying you $1 million, to be a brand ambassador, but they're making like 30 million off of you, right? So that's what I've learned. I've learned how to become a brand and learn how to, have rights to my licensing and publishing, and running other businesses as well.
Absolutely. What prompts you to kind of get into other businesses? One thing that I was blessed to be a young person, 17. I did a partnership. I was doing network marketing back then. So since the age of 17, I've always had multiple type of businesses, multiple streams of income. How important is that as an artist, as a writer? How important is it to have other ventures going on as well?
Well, I feel like it's really important because, I was in a situation when I first was coming up. I had a partner, and they invested $1 million into my label. We met each other while we were incarcerated. So when I got out, I was touring and doing stuff, but and he was still in the streets. But he wanted to invest, so he put like $1 million into the company. And what I've learned, all money isn't good money, right? And what happened with that situation, we had a lot of creative differences, and he was putting up majority of the money. So, I didn't really have too much control of what projects came out. So what I wanted to do is become independent and be able to fund my own projects. So I understood about passive residual income, and that's why I started, I got into, starting my own business and building everything from the ground up. So it's very important, I feel like, for an artist to do that, because no one's going to, people will invest in you. I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, like when people invested in you, they pretty much controlled, like if you wasn't investing in yourself, then they pretty much controlled, your projects, because they were paying all the money for it. But what I wanted to do was have control, and I want to be able to invest in myself what I have without having anybody telling me what I can put out and what I can't put out. So it's financial freedom to do what you want to do as a musician, as an artist, and as a person, just in general. Like that financial freedom is very important. So that's why I started to build multiple revenue streams so I could fund my projects.
Absolutely.
Now, when you're doing some of these projects, how are you vetting artists or potential partners? Like, you've learned so much over the years. Are there certain things that you're looking for, certain traits, personality types, or is it, is it around the potential of the individual? What are some of those, or even red flags that pop up, so then it's green light or red light?
It's pretty much mindset.
Yeah.
So if I don't feel like there's a mutually beneficial, first of all, we got to have the same mindset, but if I don't see anything mutually beneficial in partnering with that person or working with that person, then it's just not going to work. I've been in situations where, I've tried to work with artists and try to help them, I guess, or collaborate, but they just seem to take and not give back. So, I just want to be around people who want to give and who have the same mindset, and and collaborate and make beautiful music. And then I have people that I do work with right now, especially here in Buffalo. I'm working with a lot of great artists in Buffalo, great people here who are like-minded. So, it's just really about working with people who are like-minded in the same mindset.
Got you. Talk about Buffalo, man. So how's it been in Buffalo? How's the music scene or entertainment scene here in Buffalo?
It was rough when I first came here, bro. But you know what? it was just like I came here, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my thing, because I was coming back from LA and New York City. I'm like, I'm gonna come here and do my thing. They're like, yo, look, we don't give a fuck who you are, where you're from. You got to show us what you about, And I was like, damn, I gotta do this all over again, But I'm a grinder, you know what I'm saying? So I went and I put my bootstraps up, and I just started to get part of the community and network and meet people and just show my value, and 10 years later, I've done a lot of things since I've been here. And Buffalo, they rock with you once they trust you, and they got your back for life. So I'm rocking with Buffalo, and I'm out here. I own property out here. I couldn't do that in a lot of other places because, I understand economics, what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm trying to capitalize, but I wanted to be able to come to a place where it wasn't saturated and I can, spread my wings and offer my gifts and talents to a city that, kind of been, I would say it's in its renaissance stages right now. It was growing, but didn't have a lot going on at the point in time when I came in. But now I've seen the progression. And, I came in a progressive city, so I seen what was coming because I used to travel here a lot on the plane, and I was meeting, all these CEOs and all these other people that live here, and I'm like, where are these people at? But I'm seeing them on first class though. So I said, I know something's popping here. So I came here, and I've been on quite a few boards, on quite a few organizations, and I'm tapping in the community and working with musicians. The musicians here are super talented, from just musicians to artists. They're super talented. So the next phase is just them learning how the business works and actually how to run a business as them. They're the brand and running it. But super talented people here. I collaborated with a lot of artists here in Buffalo, and that's what I came here to do. I came here to, collaborate and just help take everybody to the next level.
Yeah, love it. No, I checked out.
Just past.
Yeah, no, I checked out that the new video. Where did you shoot that?
I shot that in the hood in Buffalo. I don't know what street it was, but it was this old abandoned church. We snuck in there. We snuck in there and shot it. So
Figure it out. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was somewhere near like Fillmore somewhere. It was one of those abandoned churches. It was like abandoned, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." So the song had this eerie church feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, like like Catholicism, Catholic church, like all that, like opera stuff joint. So I was like, I said, I need to be in a church with this, And my man Derek, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I said, I need to be in a church. And he scoured the city, and he's like, yo, what about this? I'm like, yo, it's perfect. And so I went in there, I was like, yo, this shit's crazy. So yeah. Buffalo got a lot of like architecture and a lot of old school stuff here that's very beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to be telling people about a lot of stuff that's going on here because I don't want to get too saturated. You feel me?
Gotta love it. Yeah. Well, we really appreciate you, and thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for sharing your story, your insights, your lessons learned. So we really appreciate you. What is your name and where are you from? Hello, my name is Sam Hill. I'm the host of How I Came Up. How I Came Up is a platform for our entrepreneurs and professionals to share their successes and their struggles. And hopefully they'll give us some tips to success. Now let's get to it.